This is the Unplanned Hour.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Unplanned Hour. I'm your host, Brad.
And I'm Charlie. And before we get into anything, we want to say thank you again for your incredible support for episode 4. We've had such a brilliant reaction to it. It's been like unbelievable, hasn't it, mate?
Big reactions on that last one. It's what I was hoping for. It's a deep one. We went off a bit off of the usual script, I suppose you'd say. But no, big reaction. So thank you to everyone. We had lots of comments on videos, lots of reactions, and no, it was really good. So we're happy that the people are engaging with that and getting involved. So
yeah, absolutely. And we both got loads of messages from people, and there's probably too many of you for us to shout out individually, but definitely. Look, we see you and we want to thank you so much for your amazing messages, really, because they were so lovely and quite moving, really.
And I think we linked in because obviously we've spoke about between us, haven't we, about people that have messaged, and I know we've had a few, I'd say, surprises of people that have sent messages, really nice messages saying that they're listening and they like what we're doing. So as you say, obviously, you guys know who you are, who have messaged, and it's sort of come out of the blue. Thank you so much. Like, it really means a lot to us. We've enjoyed, getting back in contact with people and chatting away. So yeah, thank you for that. It's been really nice. It's linked in for both of us. We both received messages across socials. So yeah, thank you for the support. And we move on. We carry on. We do what we do. So yeah, we're going to go back to sort of normal script on this time, and hopefully make you laugh a little bit on this one with what we're going to do. We've got a few interactions of people that have sent messages in. So we'll see how that goes. We've got one that's apparently got a couple of parts to it. It'll be a blind reaction to that one. We've not listened to the voice recording of this one, so hopefully we don't get cancelled on that one. We had a few other questions sent in, written questions, so we'll see how they go.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll get into it. So I think what I'll do, mate, is I want to get it out of the way because this one's the voice recording that I've got.
Yeah.
Right, so it's come in from Fraser, of course. So he's messaged to say that he's got questions for us, and it comes in a couple of parts.
Yeah.
And he wants us to do a blind reaction to it. Now, he has said that it's not going to get us cancelled, and it's not offensive. So
okay, I
can only take his word for it on this one. Yeah. So if you see that it suddenly cuts out, you know that we're editing it out because
we're cancelled.
It ain't right. So let me just get it up. Hopefully you can hear it clearly, and then we'll digest on what he says. Right, so.
Yes, boys, it's Fraser here. Your listeners are probably fed up of hearing my name, to be quite honest with you, but just want to say well done with the pod, boys. I think it's really cool what you're doing. You're spreading a message that not many podcasts want to do, which is fucking amazing. Obviously, I know Brad quite well. We've got a group chat with a couple of lads. Snowy don't stop eating, and Webbo just smokes piss. But I've got 2 questions for you, lads. First one's pretty deep. Second one is a bit of thinking. First question for you. If you could go back to your 16-year-old selves, what would be one thing you would tell each other? Also, second question. If you could create an all-time best 11 England team, who would your players be and why? Bye!
Bye!
Oh, jeez.
Okay, fair play. They're actually good questions.
Yeah, do you know what? 2 good questions.
I want to digest a couple of things in that. So, obviously, I have this little group chat with the other lads that he mentioned, and obviously, it's true in what he was saying. So, Snowy doesn't stop eating, and also to buy his clothes, he has to go on curtain sizes. And Webbo, the other one, yeah, he can't string a sentence together without spitting and muddling words. So, yeah, that's all true. Shout out you boys. So, first one. 16-year-old self, go back and give some advice to. What would you change?
What would I change? I would say...
So 16 would have been left school.
Geez, just left school. Would we just left school?
Yeah, because I was 15 because of was when my birthday falls. So we'd have done GCSEs, which means that we would have been at college.
Okay, so my advice to you, what I would say to you is, let's not go to college. That would be the starting point.
That would be the one. Yeah. Let's just not bother going to college because
it was a bit of a it was a full waste of X amount of months where we just
the one day that we went every couple of weeks just wasn't worth it.
No, so that would be the first thing that I'd probably say.
100%.
What else would I say to you? Or would you say to me?
I would say, so I'd link it in with the college one in saying not to go to college. And I would probably say, because obviously we both did the same apprenticeship, didn't we? We did a warehousing apprenticeship, which for what we needed it for was great because it was an easy apprenticeship to get and we were getting paid at a young age. So when we hit 18, we were just going out every weekend, and that basically funded us, didn't it, to go out?
Yeah.
So it did its purpose, but
it served the purpose. Yeah,
like now where we're at, I don't use it. I don't work in the warehouse anymore. Like it was just an easy thing to get. It's not really like a skilled work, for further down the line sort of thing. So I would probably say, don't go to college, but I would say to get a different apprenticeship. Because I remember when we used to talk about trades, wishing that if I did one trade and you did another, when we get more experienced, we link them together and then we would start our own company. Because we'd have two big trades. And obviously within that, we all know lads who are in trades, you pick up other bits from other trades and to become multi-skilled. So I feel like we'd be in a good position there where we'd be multi-skilled in like whatever trade it would be, and then we could put that together. I mean, what trade would you go for if you was going for one?
Jeez, I would. There's a couple that I've got on the top of my head. So, would I be a builder? But then I think, would I do something like plumbing? And if I did plumbing, if you did something like a joiner.
See, the joiner was what I was thinking. Because I quite like, for example, like fitting kitchens and stuff. Yeah,
that would be a good... Yeah, so if you were thinking of the fitting kitchens, plumber. If I went to do a plumbing apprenticeship, you did a joining, and then we meet in the middle. Boom, we've got a probably decent business there.
That's what I mean, because by that time, if you're working across, like, let's face it, new build estates, which are everywhere, you're guaranteed you're going to be working with lads and you're going to pick up what they're doing because they might say, can you give us a hand with this? And then you're learning another trade there. So I reckon between us, like, we'd have got something good set up. But
I think so, yeah.
Unfortunately, we went to a school that said, you need to do your GCSEs, then you need to go to college, and then from college to uni, and then you're all going to be doctors and solicitors and all that other stuff that's just unrealistic for people like us.
We never got pushed down the apprenticeship route, did we? And
I never knew anything about it in school. Can you remember? They never spoke about apprenticeships, did they?
It was. I won't say the name of the college, but they're like, right, you're gonna do your GCSEs, you're gonna go to this college, and then you're gonna go off and go to uni. But how many people do we know that have gone from school to that college to uni that are now not doing anything with any purpose?
How many people can relate to, like, for me and you? Anything for the brief bit that we did at college, how many times did we go into a classroom and then it'd be to start obviously just writing stuff down or whatever? How many times did we go in and you just couldn't concentrate on it?
Untold amount of times. It was just not that the course itself, I can't remember which sport or whatever, but it just wasn't based for people who learn hands-on. It was more a teacher talking at you, write it down, and then at a later date you do like an assessment or whatever.
Yeah.
And can you remember on one of the assessments, I can't remember who it was, but he like got me to stay behind, and he got another lad to stay behind, and he basically thought that we were copying each other. But absolutely no, I didn't even like speak to this guy. If anything, it was me and Brad used to copy each other. Well, not copy each other. We used to like write the same, but be like, right, you change a couple of words.
Yeah, we'd copy and paste from whatever website we went on, and then change a couple of words. And yeah, I remember that because it did a big thing, didn't they, of people copying each other, and you was potentially going to get kicked out. And I was like, well, we're done. We were literally identical work, done. And then like he said your name and a couple other people's names, and then never said mine. So I just got up, tail between my legs. I was like, oh, cool. See you later, mate.
Good luck. For what I can't plagiarize. I can't remember what it was.
Was it plagiarism or something? I don't know.
We didn't even sit in it. We didn't even talk to this guy, did we?
No.
He's like completely outside of the friendship group. So, but yeah. Anyway, going back to the question, we were never put down a route for apprenticeships. To be fair, I only got an apprenticeship because you started an apprenticeship,
and I only knew that from things mentioned to me because I wanted to quit college anyway. So then I got told, why don't you look for an apprenticeship? I was like, I know nothing about them. I don't even know where to start. Then I applied for a fair few, and then obviously this warehousing one come back and said, yeah. So I just jumped straight in, did that, and then obviously that just funded us going out every weekend pretty much, didn't it?
It's like drinking money, wasn't it? That's what it was for the years we were doing it.
I think at the beginning, was it like £400 a month or something that we'd get? And obviously from having nothing to that is like, amazing. And obviously for us going out, it was like, Sam, that more than covers us for what we need then.
Yeah, it was perfect. But yeah, that's definitely what I'd probably give as advice to, myself and yourself. Don't go to college. Do a trade. The ones that we've spoken about, joinery, plumber. Start our own business, and then God knows what we'll be doing now. Multimillionaires.
I disagree with everything you've just said. You should do flower arranging and make me some really beautiful daisy chains.
Can you actually remember when that was actually a college course? Like people going to college or uni doing flower arranging. Come on. I know. It's not a course.
Like they make it some big thing. I'm like, really? Really? Flower arranging?
And that is like, if anyone does that as a job, we're not slagging you, but fucking hell, come on.
Yeah, pathetic.
Yeah, grow up.
Grow up.
Any flower arrangers, stop listening to us right now.
Yeah, I don't want to hear anything from you now.
We'll probably have them all commenting saying, you can't say that.
Yeah.
Yes,
so there you go. There you go. 16.
Yeah.
We'd be in a trade.
Yeah, and we'd be multimillionaires living in fucking Birmingham.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of jobs that we've wangled, to be fair, like getting through them and to get to the position that we're in now, I think we've done pretty well, to be fair.
We have, mate. Yeah, we have. How on earth we've managed it. And do you know, I tell you what, it's because we got them good GCSE results, all them A's.
A for accuracy.
Yeah. Yeah. So a bit of advice to anybody: if you are doing your GCSEs or going to be doing the GCSEs, just lie on your CV. Yeah,
just don't do them.
Yeah, don't do them. Don't turn up. Lie on your CV. No one cares. When you get above 20, no one even checks anymore.
Life skills from the Unplanned Hour.
Yeah. Please listen to our advice because it is very, very true.
Yeah. But I'd like to think that surely nowadays they're letting people know about apprenticeships. Surely.
I would hope they are, mate, because we've probably said this so many times between ourselves. Not everybody learns by just being fucking spoke at. People like to be hands-on.
That's it.
Or if something, how many times have we said, show us how to do something once, and we'll probably be able to do it again and again and 100%,
again. 100%.
But at school, they don't teach that.
That's it. So if you're someone that's
weird
at that age, consider apprenticeships, or if you're a parent whose kids are going to that age and you've not even thought of that, then put it forward to them, because there's all sorts, isn't there, to do that, rather than trying to push them down a route that potentially isn't going to be for them. We found out, we went to college, didn't work out, just can't concentrate. I can't sit and look at books and write and stuff for an amount of time. My head just goes, I just wander off. I start thinking of all sorts of things, and that's me done. So
you're best off just learning on the job, aren't you? And I think I know I can't remember the bloke's name. You might be able to remember it, but we had the same. What is it, like a tutor or not a tutor? What's the bloke called that does the apprenticeship? Comes around and just does like an assessment.
Yeah, he's like basically an assessor, isn't he? I think.
An assessor, and he always used to say that thing, didn't he? Just what was it, moniker?
Yeah,
moniker.
Just moniker.
Mate, I think was his name Andy. I want to say Andy Hubbard.
Oh, that rings a bell. Actually, now you've said that.
And he was such a nice bloke.
He was spot on. Where was he from?
He must have. It wasn't like Doncaster or Barnsley or somewhere. Was it?
Up that sort of way, wasn't it? Because he had a strong accent.
Yeah,
he's
a really nice guy.
When he started saying, just moniker here, and obviously me and you, first thing we said, didn't we? Was like, the fact that he says moniker, just kills me off.
For people that don't know what a moniker is, it's a signature, basically.
Yeah, because I didn't know.
If you're from Barnsley or Doncaster, you might know what it means, but
exactly
when we first heard it, we were in bits, weren't we? It was fucking
Dan Arway, I have no idea what a moniker is until he said.
No.
Yeah, fair play.
But yeah, that's that question. What was the second question for
all-time England 11?
All-time England 11. It's going to be a tough one. How long have we got?
Yeah. I give 3 minutes and that's that.
Yeah. None of them.
Right. Okay.
There we go then.
One.
This is a good one. Will we start with let's start with the manager. Who would you have as manager? Roy Hodgson.
Yeah. I'd go Steve McLaren, Wally with the Brolly, my guy.
Steve McLaren. Oh, geez.
We hadn't admitted, let's face it, right? Through the times that we've been watching, most of them have failed.
They've been so bad.
I would have to reluctantly say Southgate.
I would probably agree on this, as much as we probably underachieve when we should have won a couple of things. It probably has to be Southgate, unfortunately.
I think he did a hell of a lot of good, didn't he? Like
he did.
He rebuilt. So England were in a low place. I think him rebuilding and getting it to be in with the fans, sorting it out, making it a better place for the footballers to go. I think fine. Yeah. Defensively, England were pretty good, especially with some of the subpar players at the beginning that were playing for England. And then, when it came to big tournaments and later rounds, tactically he just wasn't there. It
was just that last push. We just didn't have. Maybe he didn't have that. Well, he didn't have the experience as a manager, really, did he? So that last winning bit, he just couldn't. Just didn't have that final push.
You go up against a proper tactician of a manager, and he just got outdone. He just didn't. How many times were we there going, he needs to make a change here, and he just wouldn't. Or he'd bring on somebody that you go, why is he on? Everybody can see that so-and-so is better than him. And he did a lot of good, so I don't want to slag him too much, because he did do a lot of good for England, but tactically he was inept, and he was never going to win us a tournament because he just couldn't do what we needed. But out of the others, you think of like your Capellos and people like that. Awful dog. See you later.
Now, maybe there's managers before our time, but if we're going with people that we've grew up with and experienced, it's got to be Southgate, I think, hasn't it?
Yeah, 100%. So we'll lock in Southgate then.
Southgate's in.
So I think if we go, are you agreeing back four?
I think back four.
And then I think as we're going through the back four, we can decide on how we do the midfield and the forwards.
Yeah.
I think we can discuss that and decide how we set that one up. So
I think you're right, yeah.
If we go right to left, for me, I don't know whether you're the same. There's two names that I would have at right back, and it would be either Gary Neville or Kyle Walker.
Yeah, now they would be the two that I'd pick. Gary Neville, defensively, can you knock him?
Solid.
Probably not.
Loves a tackle, old school player, and he's a leader on the pitch as well.
Walker brings that attacking flair, doesn't he? And
Walker did really well when he was at Spurs, and then deserved his move to City. And he's been, I mean, look at the silverware that he's won across being at City, and he was a mainstay in their defence. I know, obviously, people might have recency bias and looking that he's gone on a failed loan spell to Milan, and now he's linked with move away from City, but prior to that, he was a mainstay in their team. He was a mainstay for England, playing both right back and right centre back. He caught up with people. His pace was his main thing, but that's what made him so good, because he'd catch people up and he loved a challenge. So, for me,
you're probably going to be putting Walker in front of Neville.
I think just because he would offer a bit more going forward.
He's probably done a bit more than Neville has.
For modern day football, Walker suits it better than what Neville would.
Yeah.
If we're going back to Neville's better.
100%, yeah. But as you said, modern day football, they're not, right backs aren't overly defensive, are they? They're more.
Because I could argue some others, like your Reece James and stuff, but I think Reece James is fantastic. He's just so injury prone.
Yeah.
So he's been held back, even though I think when he's fully fit, I could possibly make an argument that I think he's better than both of them. But if I'm going for an all-time 11, he's nowhere near it.
No.
So I think we're going to lock in Walker. I think he just edges it over Neville.
We'll lock Walker in.
So we'll lock him in. So
what are we?
Centre back.
Now, I'm going to throw one out there.
It's got to be the name that I think.
And I'm going to say JT.
Has to be. Has to be. By far, the greatest defender England has ever seen, and the world has ever seen. In my honest opinion, he was everything. His passing was phenomenal. Beast,
unbelievable.
Leader, everything. He was one of my all-time favourite players.
I would pick him to play in any 11 around the world now.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
He was so good, and as Brad said, he probably is the best in the world. I'm going to say I think he's better than Van Dijk.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
He's just aura is just better than Van Dijk.
And you look at the era of when he was playing in the Premier League as well. You look at nowadays, there's not many top strikers that they play against, and most teams play with one striker. Back when he was playing properly, in his prime days at Chelsea, most teams were playing two up top. And you look at the teams that had two up top and who they were playing, teams just had phenomenal strikers. Yeah, far better than what we had today.
Not many bad strikers back in those days, was there?
Exactly.
And like you said, two strikers, and he was just out of this world.
Which is why, if I'm looking at who's partnering him, I think there's got a few good defenders, but for me, the one that I think suited being next to him would be Rio.
Yep, I'd 100% agree with that. They're both very similar. Win your headers. Yeah, it's the passion for me. The passion between the pair of them it just flows.
Rio was big, strong, but also had pace. I think he was very similar to a Van Dijk, how Van Dijk plays.
He was.
I just think that Rio was better, again, because the era that he played in and who he played against and how solid he was. I just think he for me, he's shown how good he is playing against them top players. Him and JT.
Mate, you think back in the day when they were playing, it was take no shit. So 100%. They were kicking lumps out of people. Whereas now I think they're a bit more standoffish, maybe. They might be a little bit better on the ball. But for me, as a defender, you've got to be take no shit, kick lumps out of people. And those two, perfect.
With Jonathan Woodgate as a close second.
Oh, jeez. Just to add to everybody, he's not even close to this team. He's not even on the plane.
Woodgate, what a blast from the past. Jesus.
Jeez, what are we now? Left back.
Left back.
There's only one.
There's only one name, isn't there?
Yeah.
Wayne Bridge.
As you can see, we've just named the two best left backs in England.
Wayne Bridge. Oh, I love that. I love we both went for the other names brilliant. As well.
No,
I love that.
Oh, seriousness, there is only one.
Ben Chilwell.
Ben Chilwell. Oh, man.
No, I think that's the one position where I think I think 99% of the English fans, one name stands out because he was name a better left back in the world when he was playing.
I don't think there is one.
But to me, I just don't think there was anyone. Ashley
And
Cole.
you know what? Yeah. Oh, I was going to say we won't even say his name. You have to guess it.
Yeah, you guess it. He is
No, Ashley Cole. Yeah, there's no
easily.
If anyone wants to comment and name a better left back than Ashley Cole, do you know what? We'll argue.
Yeah. I'll happily argue this point.
Yeah, you can come on this next week and we'll argue.
Yeah, easy. Ashley Cole.
And I don't even think there's any. We don't even need to justify that.
No, dead easy. Ashley Cole, say no more. I don't think you can
Done.
really argue it. We'll move on to the next. Defence and goalkeeper's done. All of you can shut your mouth.
Who do we have as goalkeeper?
Seaman.
Yeah, number one. I can't
Did
think.
we miss out the goalkeeper from the game?
Paul
Jumped straight
Robinson.
defence. Yeah, Scott Carlson.
Oh, gee. Yeah, no, I think we did, but yeah, we've just answered that. The goalkeeper is Scott Carson.
Yep, that's it. He's the man.
No, I think it's got to be David Seaman.
David Seaman, 100.
I think so.
Pickford. I think Pickford's fantastic for England, but he's done no wrong for England. But
No.
David Seaman was playing at a higher level consistently through his career and was solid for England. So I
think we will listen to other people's opinions on goalkeepers, but for us, Seaman.
yeah, David
Go
Seaman.
for that.
So goalkeeper's done, back four's done.
Midfield.
Now.
That's where it gets a bit tricky. That's where it gets tricky.
How I'd set this up, I don't know. There's so many good names that you can chuck in there.
We'll throw a name. Let's throw one name in there first.
So for me, in the midfield, and he'd have to be playing as a 10 to be in his, what I would say his best position. It's got to be Lampard.
Yeah, you've got to have Lampard in an England team.
For me, his goal scoring is record speaks for itself. I just think
can't not.
in a team when you need goals, especially when England can be so lackluster, we can be full of superstars, but we don't always break teams down. We don't always score. Lampard was the guy that was going to pick the ball up. He only needs a slight little gap. He will ping a long range shot and he'll score. Hence why he's a record goal scoring midfielder.
Yeah, and again, I think he's the sort of player that plays with passion.
Yeah,
and mate, this England team is pretty much based around passion.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah,
like and if can you? I mean, there's passionate England players, but when you think of England, you think of Lampard. Lampard's an England team. He can't not be. He can't not 100%. Be in an England team, and he'd get in any England team.
He'd walk in today's England team, and I think there's some very good number 10s in this current day England squad. Yeah. But for me, Lampard would still get in above them.
100%. So
now it's fitting it in regards to
other players.
How you set it up.
Now, I'm going to say, and let me know your opinion. I'm going to say Jude Bellingham.
100%.
Does he get in? I think he probably does get into this.
Some people think that he's controversial, but I think he's, for being so young and as passionate as what he is, and he's at Real Madrid, got player of the season in his first season, get into what he's doing at his age, he's a mainstay in Real Madrid's team. You don't do that for nothing. I like that he's passionate. I like that he shouts at his teammates. I like that's what he does. Some people moan about it. I really like that. I think even at his young age and at the beginning of his career, which he is, I still think he would get in that team 100%.
He's a game changer.
He is, yeah.
He will have that moment of magic where he delivers that pass through the back line. He's that sort of player, and when he scored the overhead kick in the Euros, stuff like that.
He's adaptable. He's adaptable for what he can do. He can play as a 10, can play as an 8, get forward, track back. He can do everything in midfield. You could put him in whatever position and he could play it.
He'd do the job. And he would do the job anywhere in midfield, I think. Yeah. So that's that.
So now if you're fitting in, depending on how you're doing it, it's tough, isn't it? Because old school would be 2 up top, but then more modern day would be 1 up top and more in midfield.
Yeah.
I'm thinking in terms of strikers, to how many I'd have.
I think I know I'd pick as a striker, but I don't want to go straight into it just yet.
I think I'd probably...
it's a toughie, isn't it, this?
But I think I'd probably go for another midfielder.
I think so.
to have three in the middle and then
I think so.
one up top, just
Who
because.
do we pick?
Now, this is a tough one. So I think it's very common. I think everyone else would say this. There's two names that spring up, and it would obviously be out of Gerrard and Scholes.
Yeah, I think they're the two. I can guarantee you're going to get some people that are going to say Declan Rice. And I can put money on that.
100%.
And mate, if people want to comment and say who they'd pick, feel free to do so. We want to hear your opinions as well. Scholes or Gerrard, gee, mate, how can you pick between them? But I think if we're going on times where we've probably watched England, I would personally pick Gerrard.
Yeah. See, I think you could argue Scholesy maybe fits into that system more. But then Gerrard was just different class. I just feel like I'd have to stick him in.
Again, he's probably one of those where when people think of England, they say Lampard, Gerrard.
Yeah.
Do you know? And
I think within that system and having a bit more freedom of movement, because Gerrard can track back, Bellingham can track back, I'd give Lampard more of a license to stay forward.
Yeah.
But I think you could make that three work.
What a three as well.
That's a good three.
You imagine that, mate? If you put that into world football now, when people saw those three names, they'd be thinking, well, you don't want to play England.
Incredible. So that's a three midfield done, which means that we're having three up top. So you'd obviously have one striker, two wingers. So if we go for the two wingers then.
Right. I've got one for the left wing. You're going to like this
side.
one.
Yeah, go on.
Adam Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd love playing with the kids.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the young ones. He's got a great touch.
Don't let him have a ball boy walking out the tunnel. Mascot, even.
Oh, God.
Oh, dear.
Adam Johnson. Jesus.
Yeah, no, just to add, he is not near this team.
Oh, man.
He's the physio.
Yeah, he's the he's the physio for the ball boys.
Oh
man.
Oh, he would give his jacket. Dear, yeah. Let me just rub this bit of you. I'm not injured there.
Yeah. Yeah, I fell and banged my head. Why are you rubbing down in my trousers?
Yeah. Oh, that's not what I was told.
Come here, you saucy bugger.
For anybody that is leaving the England game, be very careful of this team.
Yeah.
You don't know if he'll pick you up.
Oh, man.
Yeah, right. So, who do you put on the left?
See, this is a tough one.
I know what there will be one that people will say, but I don't know if I'd pick him. Would you go Cole Palmer?
See, this is where I get controversial with it. Because I'm trying to do an all-time and not one that I'd have for now.
Yeah.
I struggle to find players to go in. But if I was having to fit people in, I would put Saka on the right. Now, I know his best position is on the left. No, sorry. I'd put him on the left. I know his better position's on the right, because he cuts in. But I would swap Saka onto the other side to fit Cole Palmer out wide. Because although, again, Palmer does play as a 10 predominantly, obviously for Chelsea, he has a lot of freedom on the ball. And a lot of the time, he ends up going out to support whoever the winger is on that side. So he ends up then becoming the right winger. And I've seen him come in, he keeps the ball, takes players on, cuts in on his left foot. And we've all seen how he can curl the ball and score. So I'd have to make an adjustment because I'm struggling to think of other wingers that I think is an all-time England.
I know what people are going to say, and you know what people will say to us, mate. They'll say, "Why don't you put Beckham in it?" And I know that.
Yeah.
But if we're going on all-time, the two lads that we've named, they've probably done a bit more than Beckham.
Beckham, dead ball specialist, free kick specialist. Yes, was good on the ball. Saka has his moments, but he's done a lot for England, and he's still very, very young.
Yeah,
I don't think you can rule that out. And then Cole Palmer, for me, although he's been on bad form for the back end of the season, I think when he's playing, he's top draw.
He's hard to take the ball off. And
so
that's what we need in this team.
Yeah. And I think if you're going in that modern day, I think you'd give them the freedom to swap. But I'd initially start with Lampard being as your 10, Palmer on the right, Saka on the left.
Yeah.
But then through the game, they can interchange.
They can all alternate, can't they?
Yeah. So that's how I'd set that up between them to be able to swap around and stuff. But that's probably how I'd initially do it. So, yeah, if we're locking then Saka and Palmer out wide.
Yeah. Now
to interlink and interchange strikers.
Now, I've got one off the top of my head, and I'll let you say the one you're thinking. So we'll see if we agree.
The player that I think, right, is because even if I was naming a world 11, he would be in at least my discussion for being in the team. Because if you talk to anybody about passion, this player had it in abundance when he burst onto the scene and throughout his whole career. So for me, Rooney.
Yeah, and that's the one I had. I don't think... Could you argue Harry Kane? Potentially. But Rooney just oozes passion for club and country. And if we're building this team on passion,
yeah,
I think you can't not put Rooney in it.
See, I think, people would argue Kane because of the goals that he scored, the amount. I take that argument. I fully take it. As a poacher and being in the box and scoring the goals, you can't argue with his numbers. No. I think the older England fans will argue Shearer.
I think you're right, yeah.
But I can't say Shearer because I was too young to appreciate how good Shearer was. So I don't want to put him in and pretend that I was someone that watched Shearer loads and know him through his career because I was too young at the time to really follow him enough. So I think for me, looking at the strikers I actually watched, Rooney was by far the standout in everything that he offered to a team.
Can you imagine, let's say if Rooney was still playing now, I think he'd probably have scored as many goals as Kane, if not more.
In this modern day, 100%, I think Rooney would tear up defences. They wouldn't right handle him.
No, he'd be too physical. I mean, he had a bit of pace about him, but he was just so clinical. And I think in this day and age, he'd probably be even better than he was.
And he was a player that when you wound him up, he got better.
He did. And mate, even think when he was at the age of when he was playing at Derby, mate, the guy was dictating the games. He
still oozed class at championship level, being old with no legs, and he still kept the ball and dictated play. And
was just, mate, you'd have put him in any team at that age.
100%.
He was class.
100%.
He was class.
So, well, it's probably a bit easier for this team anyway. I think we've pretty much agreed quite well on the team.
Yeah, we haven't.
But I think me and you grew up on the same era of football, so I think it's easier for me and you, especially being mates and having these football chats a lot. I think it's easier for us to pick that team and be more aligned on what we do. So,
I mean, there's probably going to be people, as we've said, that won't agree, and they'll probably want to put other players in. If you do, let us know.
That's it.
Let us know who you'd pick.
That's it. Yeah, let us know your lot's England 11.
But just know if it's not the same as ours, you're not right.
Yep, you're absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
That goes out to you as well, Fraser. Send to the DMs again. Send your all-time 11, seeing as you've asked this question. How many align with what we've done?
Yeah, definitely. That's one to look out for.
So there you go. Sorry to the non-football fans. We obviously have to answer the questions, so that's that. But we'll leave the football chat there for now because we have another question. So,
we love a good question.
Let me get this one up. So this one's from Jack.
Shout out, Jack.
And shout out you, Jack. He said, what are your favourite places to eat, both in England and abroad? So I suppose for you, include Ireland
Okay.
as your home.
Yep. I'm going to throw one out in Ireland quickly now, and it's called Elephant and Castle. And
Okay, never heard
for
of that.
those who, if you live in Ireland and you're listening to this, you'll know Elephant and Castle. They basically do chicken wings, and they are
chicken wings.
so good. Now, they wouldn't be crispy, but they've got, is it like buffalo
Yeah.
sort of, and they are so good. They are one of the best chicken wings I've ever tasted, and I'm not just saying that. And people of Ireland, if you don't agree, sod you.
Yep, sod you don't know what you're on about.
Yeah, Elephant and Castle. Can't remember where it is. Great place.
Okay. Throw out one that I think a lot of people would agree with. I will say Cosmo, the all-you-can-eat buffet.
Shit.
Yeah, awful.
No,
I
good shout.
think just because I think a lot of people would have gone there and agreed because of the amount that you've got, you've got to have a shout on there. It's got a bit of everything.
You could, oh man, you just load your plate up, mate. You come back with a big mountain of, well, anything.
But, right, so this one's I've just thought of this one as we're talking. So, Cosmo is obviously a really good all-you-can-eat. What's the one in Nottingham that's just like a Chinese all-you-can-eat?
I don't know if it's there anymore. And was it
Do you
called
know the one I'm on about?
Maysum?
Maysum.
I don't know if it's still there. But to be fair, I've not been into Nottingham for ages. So if you are living in Nottingham, let us know if Maysum's still there.
Is Maysum still? I can remember going there because it used to have an all-you-can-eat buffet pretty much next door to it, didn't it? For a little while. I don't know what that was. Again,
No.
If you're from Nottingham and you can remember, so where you got Maysum, for one, is Maysum still going? Because that was always a mainstay.
Yeah.
Then you had one that was almost next door to it that was another all-you-can-eat buffet, and it was quite cheap.
Oh, I can't remember.
I can't remember the name of it, but if anyone, I've been in the past with people.
I think I went with school.
Did you?
Yeah, like a shooter group thing. It was like, oh, we'll go to.
Oh, for the yes. I know what you mean.
I can't remember what it was, but yeah, we went there, and I can't remember the name. It obviously wasn't Maysum. Maysum was always there.
Yeah, Maysum's always been there. Yeah,
jammed.
Maysum was good. Then you had the one next door to Maysum. So if anyone from Nottingham knows what the all-you-can-eat was next to Maysum, let me know because I cannot remember what that was called. Then you used to have what Red Hot buffet.
Red Hot, yeah, I can't remember where that was.
Was that the one that was under Corner House?
Yes.
Was that Red Hot?
Yeah.
Is that what I said? Red Hot?
Or was it? Was it? Oh yeah, Red Hot. It's ringing a bell. I'm sure there was one in the Corner House.
The one in the corner, because you go round the back of the Corner House and you go down the stairs, and then that was an all-you-can-eat. But again, I don't think that's there now. I think that closed.
Is that casino now? I don't know. If you know, let us know.
Yeah, I think the downstairs is a casino now. But again, if you can remember what that one was called, that was another all right one.
I can't remember. Where else did we? Anywhere else in? Oh, I tell you, I went to one a few years back. I can't remember the name of it. Cozy Club. The food in the Cozy Club.
Cozy, yes, I've been there.
Have you had food there?
Yes, yeah.
I love the food there. Bearing in mind, but at this time, for whatever reason, I picked to have a salad. Don't ask me why. I had a chicken Caesar salad.
And that's all that we've got time for today. So thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Guys, I apologise. I wouldn't normally eat a Caesar salad, but for whatever reason, I picked a Caesar salad.
Yep.
I was obviously on a diet.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, Cozy Club. Yeah, I've been to the Nottingham Cozy Club.
Yeah, that's the one I went to. Yeah, the one in Nottingham. It's nice in there, actually.
It was the Nottingham one I went to.
It's in it's a bit of an old building, and they've got like a bar downstairs, and then we ate upstairs.
You go up the stairs. It's like a big staircase. Yeah.
Yeah, that was some years ago. Anyway.
Yeah, it was a few years ago for me as well.
More food places.
Tell you one that I went. Beat me to it. The reason I thought of that, right, is because what was the pub in
where in the estate I used to live in?
Yes.
What was it called?
That obviously, whatever that used to be called. Oldmore Lodge.
Oldmore Lodge.
That was it. Oldmore Lodge, then that changed to a Hickory's. And I can remember thinking, I need to go to one. And then I went to the Hickory's in Lincoln. Top tier.
Yeah, mate, Hickory's is what
Top
a place. It's so good. I've not
Spenny.
been for ages. Oh yeah, definitely.
Spenny, but obviously when you're getting
expensive.
brisket and all that sort of stuff, it's going to be expensive. But I went to the one in Lincoln not that long ago, actually. And yeah, I got the share platter. Yeah. I've seen a few people say they didn't rate it, but
Nah, mate, I tell you, I was actually watching a TikTok video the other day, and two, they're quite popular influencers. They went to Hickory's, and they were like, "This is like incredibly good."
yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, I agree." It's something you won't get all the time. It's like a one-off, once every X amount of months, just as a bit of a treat.
100%. That's what we did. I wanted to go to one, and I thought, well, sod it, I'm going to go treat us. So yeah, we all went out, and Hickory's Lincoln, yeah,
nice.
Tier.
There's another place in Dublin. Oh, geez, and it's called FX Buckley, and it's a steakhouse. Now, if you like steak, this I've never had a steak as good as this place. It is unbelievable. It's expensive.
I was going to say, I bet it's spenny then, isn't it?
It's dead expensive, and I swear to God, the room is tiny, and you only get like an hour and a half to eat your food there. It's like in out, busy.
Yeah.
But you get it's probably a bit like Miller and Carter, but the island version.
Yeah.
And it's better than Miller and Carter, so sod all of you lot.
Yep, sod Miller and Carter.
Yeah, don't like that place. So that's another place I'd say. Any more places to eat? Kebabish, Eltham Road.
Oh, Kebabish, yeah, that we've alluded to before. Kebabish, oh, incredible.
It was Eltham Road, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, great times. We won't go into that. We've already spoke about it.
Yeah, we've only gone about.
If we're going abroad,
only takes for me. It only takes us to one place.
Yeah, the Philippines.
Yeah. You love to eat a Thai ladyboy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good munch, that.
Yeah.
A real handful.
Yeah. A real big one called John.
Come here, boy.
Yeah. Hi, ladyboy.
We're getting cancelled for them two things.
You're like a longer sausage. Disclaimer, it was all Charlie.
Blank screen, we're finished. Oh, man.
Oh, get a grip if you're offended.
Yeah, there will be some people that probably are offended, but we don't care, sorry.
Comedy's subjective, get over it.
Yeah,
I'm not conforming to cancel culture.
No, and you know what? If you're feeling sad about this, don't.
At the end of the day, let bygones be bygones.
Exactly. This is not a woke podcast.
We've tried to warn you. I said it once. I've said it twice. I'm not going to say it 3 times.
We're definitely cancelled.
Yeah.
Episode 5, over and out.
Man.
Right, go back onto topic.
The old Maltese cuisine.
Yeah, which was fish fingers.
Yeah, fish fingers, chips, done in a microwave.
Oh, no. Now, bar,
What's the bar
name?
Bar Native.
Bar
or
Native.
Bar. Whichever way around it.
I can't remember the name. I remember the food.
Because
I remember the name.
I always think of that one because, obviously, because the food that we'll get onto, but I also remember we used to go there first. You know when we used to have the early morning flight?
Yeah.
And you can't check into the hotel till 2:00.
Yeah.
We used to go there and have a pint or two, didn't we?
Just sit
Pass
and
some
people
time.
watch. Yeah,
and
yeah.
then we'd go and check in. And I don't think we'd ever eaten there. And then we decided, why don't we actually go and eat there before we go on the night? Because we can sit on the terrace and then watch as it starts to build up and then go out and do what we need to do.
I'll let you say what the food was, and the thought of it now is making me want to order exactly what these are.
We used to order some sort of platter, but specifically what we want is the Jamaican wings. Oh, incredible.
They were so crispy, mate, weren't they?
I think that's the thing that I like, because they were crispy as well.
The sauce. Let's just pause for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
They were honestly, as I said earlier about the Elephant and Castle wings, if I was going to compare them, I would probably put these above them. They were so good, mate, weren't they?
Yeah. Incredible.
If anyone has actually been there and had the wings, you're going to have to let us know.
I'd love to know if they're still doing them. I think Bar Native's still there.
I would guess it is. It was like it was popular for food anyway.
It was always a popular place. I mean, I'm sure I've watched a couple of videos recently, and I'm sure I've seen it on there.
I hope it is still there. Hopefully it is.
Yeah.
Because those wings were like, people need to try those wings.
And then, so you had Native Bar.
Native Bar.
And then, I suppose, what was around Native Bar? You had Hugo's.
Hugo's Burger.
You had
Hugo was mad.
Hugo, I don't know if anyone in Malta listens, but for the non-Maltese, Hugo was a very rich businessman from Malta. So his empire that he was building was obviously in Malta. So everything was Hugo's hotels, pubs, fast food chains, bars. He had loads of stuff. So I know we went to numerous places, but again, more so at the end of a night out, we used to go to, I can't remember the name, it's Hugo's something.
Oh, man.
But we used to go and get a burger with, what sauce was it?
Jack Daniel's sauce.
Jack Daniel's sauce. And I'm a fussy eater, but so this had like the crispy caramelized onions on it. Oh, I normally wouldn't touch them, but out there, solid.
Mate, we used to sit on the balcony, didn't we? And when we were eating these burgers, I don't think we said a word to each other.
No.
Like, we were just enjoying every single bite of this burger. I would say that's
burger.
Mate, it wasn't one of them little farty ones that you'd be like, it's not worth the money. This was, mate, this is probably one of the best burgers I've ever had.
It's up there for me. I think it was a solid choice.
I can't think of another burger that I would say, that's better than that. No. Hugo's Jack Daniel's burger. It might not have been called that, can't remember. 10-10.
But that's what we'll go with.
10-10.
So that was good.
Yeah. So if we're sticking with Malta, let's go. Say we've been for a few drinks, end of the night's come in. We used to walk to a place, what was it called?
What did we eat from there?
Chicken wrap.
Chit King. Is that the one? Chit King, that's what's coming to my head.
Yeah, Chit King. Oh, the food there.
That was, again, top of the strip.
Top of the strip.
Just going down, just off.
Towards where the hotels were.
Yeah, that's where Chit King used to be, didn't it? It's now.
That was, I couldn't tell you what it is now, but mate, all I can remember, I'm sure it was €5 for a chicken wrap. And it, like, this chicken wrap is loaded.
I just liked the fact that he used to grab the chicken, the proper fried chicken, and then chop it up in front of you and then put it in a wrap.
Oh, it was so nice.
Again, like big fat thing, and like €5 or whatever it was.
It was so nice. We will just add into that little story, Brad stole a Miranda from the fridge.
I have the right to remain silent.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't do it. I didn't steal one either.
I saw him open a fridge, slip a cheeky can, and walk out. So, you pathetic little thief.
Mate, I actually don't know how. Didn't we, like, the day after, we're like, how have we got them drinks?
Well, we had drinks from there, and neither of us can remember going and paying for a drink. But we had drinks. So whether we were just paralytic and we did actually pay, or we didn't, neither of us, even to this day, can remember going in there and getting anything, especially a drink. So
yeah, there's going to be people watching this. They're going, "You thieving buggers!"
Yeah, so God knows on that one, but
mate, we're not setting a good example for ourselves here, are we? Smashing windows, greenhouses, killing a swan.
Speak for yourself. I'm not involved in this.
Robbing bloody drinks out of fridges in Malta.
Yeah. You were no angel.
Smashing porcelain dogs. Terrorising the neighbourhood.
Yep, cancelled.
Yeah, just to add, it wasn't us, and the person who it was has no hair.
It's all of your lot's fault. You all need to grow up.
Yeah, we were angels.
Yep, we were angels, and anyone who knew us would not say otherwise.
No, and if you want to speak out against us, instant block.
Instant blockage.
Block aged.
So there you go, Jack.
There you go.
That's
Thanks,
what you
Jack.
wanted to know. You forced me into this.
Yeah, Jack, now I'm starving, mate. Thanks for that.
Yeah. I'm absolutely starving. You just ruined my evening.
Yeah, Jack, if you're listening to this one now, mate, I'm angry with you. Because I want all them things.
Oh, I can't even
And I
have
can't
it.
get it. I'm going to go back inside now. I'm going to have a fish finger sandwich.
That's it. Cold. Still frozen.
Yeah. No bread.
Yeah. Just pure
No fish
frozen.
fingers.
Yeah.
I'm not going to eat. I'm on this diet, aren't I? I'm on this diet. Cozy Club diet.
Cozy Club salad.
It was nice, though.
Yeah, get a grip.
Don't shoot me down.
I'm shooting you down.
I'm a vegan.
Yeah. I'm with Just Stop Oil.
Yeah. I'll be protesting tomorrow, actually. I'm going to sit outside your house and you're not going off your drive.
Yeah, you don't know where I live.
I'm outside yours now. Have a look.
I'm going to brick your window.
Don't break my bloody windows.
But there you go, Jack. Yeah.
Thanks,
Pathetic,
Jack.
mate.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Yep, cheers for that.
Yeah, cheers, Jack, mate.
But now you know. Now you know where we like. So, as we alluded to, let us know about Maysum and the other places. Because
I can't remember what it was called.
I thought it may come to me during this, and I might tell you that you don't need to, but I still can't think of what any of these places are called. So,
Mate, I can't tell you.
Next to Maysum and underneath the corner house. Let us know.
I just before we begin to wrap up, I want to give a shout out to this person who actually asked me for a shout out earlier. There you go. There's your shout out. No, I'm only joking. Ashling, shout out to you. I know you wanted one, so there you go. I hope your baby comes quick.
Shout out you. I've seen you liking and sharing and doing what you're doing as well. So I just want to thank you because that means a lot. So hopefully you keep doing that. I really appreciate that. I know Charlie does because he's mentioned it before to me as well. So thank you. Yeah,
we really appreciate. Well, to be fair, not just her, but everybody that is supporting us. As we always say, you know, we wouldn't be able to do this without your support, your likes, your shares, your comments. You know, and help us grow, please. We want to be big.
Yeah, we want to grow, and you just need to keep listening. That's it. There's no ifs, there's no buts, there's no maybes.
No, if you don't listen, sod off.
And that's that. So there's your episode, guys. Episode 5, good milestone for us. Wasn't sure whether we'd get there, but we're here. So, hopefully continue to get involved. And as always, we'll see.
You never know what's next, and that's the point. It's a wild ride, no script, no map. Off the cuff, and we're cool with that. One good laugh, one deep thought. Buckle up, ready or not. This is the Unplanned Hour. We talk, we riff, we wander, we power through stories, dreams, and late night schemes. It's real life, unscripted scenes. No rules, no lines, just vibes and time. Anything can happen, it's all by design. 1 hour